8th grade, section 7.6, we're dealing with percent of change. So basically, the percent of change is the ratio that represents the change in a quantity to the original amount. So when something increases or decreases, you know how much more percentage. If you get a raise, how much of a percent of a raise, you know, that you're getting. If you lost money, how much of percentage of profit that you've lost. So it's not necessarily just finding percent of something like something compared to the whole. It's a new figure compared to the original figure. Okay, so the percent of change is the amount that changed over the original amount. Okay, that's the ratio, the comparison. So number 1 says find the percent of change from 20 students to 24 students. Is it an increase or decrease? Well, obviously you can see that this is an increase as there's more students, but I'll explain to you how to find it with the numbers. So amount of change is not 20 students, but if I do 24 minus 20 over the original amount, which is 20, right? So 24 minus 20 is 4 over 20, and 4 over 20 is 0.2, which in percentage would be 20%. So because this 0.2 is a positive, then this is an increase, 20% increase. If it was a negative, then it would be a decrease, because if it was a negative, that means that when I subtract it, this would give me a negative value. That means we went down. But because it's positive, we're going to do a 20% increase. So there's a 20% increase of students that had happened. Number 3, I don't know why it says number 3 when it should say number 2. Find the selling price of a store. Find the selling price if a store pays $68 for a DVD player and the markup is 35%. So basically, stores buy, their merchandise not at the price that they sell them, because that's how they make money, is that they buy it from the retailer for a certain amount and then they increase the rate a certain amount in order for them to make money. So they keep all of that increase. So if they bought a DVD player for $68 from the retailer and they mark it up 35%, then how much are they actually selling it for? Or if you're the store, then you want to find out how much you should be selling it for. So in this case, we know the percent of change, which is 35%, and I'm going to put it in decimal. So this needs to be in decimal. Okay, so the percent of change is 35. I know that the original amount is 68. What I don't know is how much the new markup is. If this was a mark down, then I would put this a negative number. Okay, so I put the negative. Because the mark up, I'm going to keep it positive, and I'm going to have an x here, because that's my unknown. So I'm going to put this over 1, and I'm going to cross multiply. So I end up with 0.35 times 68 equals x. Which is x equals 23.8. Does this mean they're selling it for $23.08? That's not what that means. That means that the rate that they're increasing it is 23.8. So that means if I add 68 plus my markup, which is 23.8, I should get 91.8. So that means the price of the DVD player would be $91.80. So make sure that you know if it's asking you for the markup, then I would leave it at 23.8, but it's asking me for the selling price. So I have to take up the markup, the percentage markup, and then I have to add it to the original. So try page 370, number 3 and 4, 370, number 3 and 4, and I will see you in class.